losing both of them was first and foremost like devastating for the city. You know what I mean? Like, and I always want to make sure I give Wipeout his respect, like when I do interviews and stuff like that, because I not just for clicks and stuff. I don't be wanting people to know that me and Wipeout never actually had a problem. We always was, don't get me wrong, everybody had little issues and stuff like that, but I ain't never had a problem with Wipeout. And so I don't never want to act like I did, or just because people think I'm supposed to act like that. You know what I mean? But like Cheese, like even when doing the movie, it was awkward at first. I could tell he was uncomfortable, and you know what I mean. But then we got together and we talked, and you know what I mean. And he spoke his piece, I spoke my piece, and we got over.
It's crazy that it was, when we talked about earlier about how some things, like even when you talked about how Doughboys and Team Eve's side were able to fix something, and if there was no deaths involved or anything like that, it was easier to overcome it. With your guys, obviously there was 2 deaths that, like we said, happened. So even if you kind of reflect on the beginning of that, like the beginning stages of knowing that there's real beef happening with the music scene now, with your group and their group. So what was like the beginning stages of it? How did like it all come together, where it actually got to this fucking point where it became this extreme?
Egos, man. Young egos and having money. And like I wish I could go back and say to both sides, like, we ain't doing nothing but fucking the city up, fucking our friendships up, you know what I mean? About nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it just was, man, real awkward. You know what I mean? Not talking to people who like I'm a person who I can't turn my love off. You know what I mean? It kind of like, I kind of just got to be distant from you before I can, just turn my love off. Like, it was just very awkward,
Yeah. What relationships did you have to kind of distance yourself from when the beef started kind of emerging?
Like, when you had problems like that, man, you kind of got to distance yourself from everybody. You know what I'm saying? You don't know how they thinking. They don't know what you thinking. And you know what I'm saying? And, like, thank God for time. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I was able to talk to Cheese, and don't get me wrong, like I've always talked to Eastside G and Black, and I've talked to Mo Green, and you know what I'm saying? But there was a few, like shit, I like even Tough. I haven't talked to Tough since maybe 2003. You know what I mean? But I don't wish him no harm or no, you know what I'm saying?
When it comes to the people that are making it get worse, I mean, aggravating the situation and escalating the situation, do you ever think that there's words that could be said? Because even I've had situations where I've had friends that escalated things, and I realized, like, I'm trying to say everything I can to you to not have you take this direction, and they still continue to take that direction. Was there anything like that where, like, people were escalating it from the inner of the group and you were trying to help it not be like that?
Not really, because, once things get blown out of proportion, as young black men, we all be like, fuck it, But that's a part of being young, you know what I mean? And no, not really. Like, I don't put no particular person at fault or blame nobody, you know what I mean? Shit happened, and you know what I mean? And it was just unfortunate.
Yeah. And the music had a part to do with it. Do you feel like that, to make the music bigger, do you think anybody on either side thought this was going to make us bigger if we keep escalating it?
Nah, nope.
So it was just a real life person. It was a personal issue.
Yeah, it was just some personal shit. Yep.
But it was
egos.
It was communicated.
It was never like really music related, or you know what I'm saying.
It was communicated through the music, though.
Yeah and no, because like me, I've never said one word about what I'm saying, about nobody. Like I said, it was easier about rapping about Rock Bottom because that was some music shit. But street shit, I don't got nothing to say about it.
Yeah, I like it. Now you kind of mentioned earlier you and Streetlordz didn't like see eye to eye on something or whatever,
that was some rap type shit. But yeah,
was when that's happening. Obviously, even nowadays, the media amplifies everything that's happening, and people amplify everything that's happening. Did you feel that sensation? Even people, when they talk about Tupac and Biggie, to some degree, they say like it was a little bit over media hyped it up a little bit more than it was, making the people follow it more, making the artists follow it more, and making it more real. Did you kind of feel that too?
Not really. It's just the streets was talking more than media because there wasn't no media. Like I told you, we didn't have no social media. There wasn't nothing to be posting. Be Streetlordz and Rock Bottom beefing. Wasn't none of that. It was the word of mouth. Shit just spread in the street.
Yeah.
A lot of people that was from our camp was cool people from their camp and vice versa. Blade's sister used to come over on the block and kick it with all of us. Rock knew Blade and all them before we even had that issue. You know what I'm saying? So it was really like some, you know what I'm saying, within the camps type shit. But really it was with Blade and Rod Day. That's where it all started. They had an issue about something.
No.
And you know, you're gonna ride with your camp. Rod Day with us, Blade the Streetlordz, and that was it. You know what I'm saying? So, but at the end of the day, even before he passed, even before Fat Mike passed, we all chopped it up and got past all that shit, man. I just did a song with G-Rock like a couple of months ago. He one of the members of the Streetlordz.
Yeah.
We got a song together we just did, so we got past all that bullshit, man. But
yeah,
the streets was talking, but it wasn't no media, like wasn't no outlets to post nothing or put the songs and ask people which one they like the most and all that kind of shit because there wasn't no social media. Yeah. That's what people don't understand, man. We from a real raw form of hip-hop in Detroit and rap music in Detroit where it wasn't none of that. It was straight up out the mud. People say that all the time. We really did that. We got it straight out the mud, man.
This is like a new generation of rap. When you're talking about Rock Bottom, you're talking about this part of the new wave that everybody's been talking about. The guys who kind of seeded what is now the tree of Detroit hip-hop. It just came into light, though, because you guys had more media on you guys at that time. You said you've been doing it forever, but now that time the shine was on you guys enough for people to hear it.
Right.
You were making money now at that point. I'm
a
assuming.
little bit. Not like that. Still not like now.
Yeah.
Because social media means something, man. We didn't have none of it. We missed every end of that. And we didn't catch it out of tail end of YouTube, none of that. That means something. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Views, all the videos it had on, that's what make people come looking when they see that. You know what I'm saying? But we didn't catch none of that. It wasn't even no MySpace out when we was doing that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's the late 90s. Going into 2000, 2001, shit like that. So, yeah, you know, we made a few more dollars, but like I said, each level, each generation, it get better. This generation got better than what we was as far as monetizing. It's different outlets to make money from. Yeah. Different ways, streaming and all that. We ain't had none of that. We was selling CDs, don't get it twisted, and selling copies. But it's like, you know, the promotion part was a little bit more hard to do. Videos, now you can pull out an iPhone and shoot a video. Back then, we was paying $20,000, $30,000 for videos. That's what it was costing. Because you had to really have people get up in the air like with helicopters to do the overheads. Wasn't those drones and all that type of shit.
If you enjoy watching shorter clips of the Kid L podcast, we have a YouTube page for that called Kid L Podcast Clips. Search up Kid L Podcast Clips on YouTube.